Hi guys, hello and welcome to week 5's upper body training session. So let's get right into it, guys. For the upper body training session, this day we're gonna do a little bit lighter version because this is week 5 and I've been building my strength up for the last 4 weeks. This is when you can choose to make a deload where you take lighter weights and can also do higher reps with it. I decided to do reverse grip bench press because I didn't do this exercise in a while and I feel it a lot better in my chest and in my tricep, and a little bit less it's a little bit easier on the shoulder joint, but you always need to try it out. Right after that I supersetted the reverse bench press with some regular pull-ups, overhand grip with thumbs on the bottom. I'm still trying to build up my grip strength. That's why I always have a full grip on the pull-up bar. Here I tried to go to failure or just stop 1 or 2 reps short of failure. Next up, I did some dumbbell bench press, supersetted with another exercise that you will see in a second. Here it's also important to have good form. Press your shoulder blades together into the bench and don't let them come up. Right after this exercise, like I said before, you just do some dumbbell rows with your chest supported dumbbell rows. I like to do this because my lower back was feeling kind of weak and I didn't want to put any more stress on it. This is very good if you want to do a rowing exercise without putting too much strain on your lower back. The next superset I did was cable chest flies with cable pullovers. Here I like to squeeze, and the motion should be not with your arms completely locked out, because that will put too much stress on your bicep tendon. The motion you're looking for is like you're hugging a big tree. Next up was the rope cable pullover. I like to lean forward as the eccentric motion of the exercise, and I like to stand up tall for the concentric part of the exercise. That way I get a better stretch and also a better contraction of the lats and the overall back muscles. The next superset I did was completely for shoulders. It's 4 exercises in one. You start out with dumbbell front raises, followed up by lateral raises, then rear delt raises, and in the end you do dumbbell presses. I like to have a supinated grip on the front dumbbell raises, because that way I feel it a lot better in my front delt. Right after that, without resting too much, you just go from one exercise to the other. Like I said before, front, then lateral, then rear delts. If you don't have something to sit down on, just lean over. But like I said before, my lower back was feeling very stressed, and that's why I decided to do it this way. And in the end I did some dumbbell presses, so 4 exercises in one. The next up, you see my brother and me. We're doing some bicep curls. This is an exercise that I picked up years ago. And you can do this with a training partner, or you can even do it on your own. I like to do it with a training partner because that way you can get pushed beyond your limits. The way this goes is your training partner always has to beat you by 1 rep. So you start out by 1 rep, I started with 1 rep, and my brother here, he has to do 2 reps. Then I have to beat him again. I have to do 3 reps. And so on and so on. You rest as little as possible, and the first one to give up loses the battle. You can then decide if you want to do another round of this, starting at 1 again, or just call it quits. Because this was a deload day, I decided to just do one big set with my brother. Important here is that you have your elbows relatively locked to your sides, but as you are coming up with the barbell, or easy curl barbell here in this case, you can put a little bit, you can have a little bit more of a front shoulder raise in it, because one option of the, or one other function of the biceps is actually flexion in the shoulder joint. This means that you can have anteversion of the shoulder joint from the bicep muscle, and that's fine. As you can see here, I don't have good form anymore because I got very tired trying to beat my brother, but fortunately he's a lot stronger than me on this exercise, and that's why he beat me. Look at his arms, they're almost exploding. The man whose arms exploded. I'm very tired, but he's still going. I think we managed to do at least 10 reps each. And you should try to always get to at least 10 reps with a weight that's manageable for you. We did only 20 kilos per side, 10 kilos per side, which is, I think, 30 kilos overall for this exercise. That's plenty for me, but I think my brother could do a little bit more. I rested then a little bit, and because I wanted to reach a specific rep goal. Your training partner can assist you, but he should only assist you on the positive motion of the exercise. This means that on the concentric exercise, on the concentric part of the exercise, meaning that he can help you get the barbell up, but you should lower it yourself. If you're getting help from a training partner, don't make it a regular thing. Only when you want to push beyond your limits, and don't take it too far so that you don't get injured. And like I've said before, if you want help, always get help only on the concentric part of the motion, and let the negative part of the exercise yourself. Negative is the eccentric motion. That was it. Pretty tired for biceps. Last exercise we did was skull crushers. You can perform this exercise in a number of different ways. You can either choose to do it like we are doing it here. I don't like to go all the way down, because that way it hurts very badly in my elbow joint, and I also tend to get inflammation in my elbow joint, and that's common for most people who do this exercise. So be careful if you want to do this exercise. Most people who do this exercise get very bad elbows. They get very bad elbow pain. But if you are fortunate enough and don't get it, you can try this exercise out. Like I said before, if you're having trouble with this exercise, there's no problem with doing another exercise like cable tricep pushdowns or one arm dumbbell overhead press, anything like that. You don't need to do this exercise. As you can see, my brother's doing it also a little bit different. He has his upper arm a little bit further back than I do, and you can lower the barbell either behind your head to just your eyes, to your nose, or even to your chin. It's up to you. The way I'm doing it here is the way that I feel it best in my tricep, without feeling anything funny in my elbow joint or any elbow pain. And we decided to only rest as long as the other one is doing the exercise. Because this is a lot lighter weight, you can do this. If you want to build strength, you would need to take longer breaks in between. I generally recommend between 1 and 5 minutes. 5 minutes if you're doing really heavy stuff like 1 to 3 reps, for example for squats or deadlifts even. But don't take breaks that are too long. Don't take 10-minute breaks, because then you would eventually need to get warmed up again, and that's something you don't want to do. Generally speaking, for smaller muscles, like smaller muscle groups like your bicep, tricep, or even your calf muscles, you don't need to take a break that's so long. Generally speaking, I would recommend anything between 30 seconds and 60 seconds. That's sufficient, but if you feel that you need a longer break, feel free to take longer breaks, but make sure that you don't take longer breaks than 2 minutes for smaller muscle groups, or in general, don't take breaks that are longer than 2 minutes if you're just working out regularly. I think 2 minutes is sufficient enough for you. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions for the exercises on execution or anything related to this video, feel free to ask me in the comments down below. And that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and until next time guys, have a good one.